Hey everyone, my name is Dakoba, and today we are here with a first look and review of Shapez 2, which is a brand new game that just hit early access from Topspur Games. I want to be clear that I'm not being sponsored or paid for this content. This review is 100% genuine, and my words represent my true feelings about the game, so let's get into it. Now, Shapez 2 is a factory and automation game in which you mine shapes from platforms around a vortex, then cut, rotate, paint, stack, and otherwise manipulate them into other shapes, which the vortex requests in order for you to advance. The puzzles start out fairly simple, introducing the basic mechanics of the game, but then grow more complex, requiring additional steps and more carefully thought out factory designs to create the outcomes you're looking for. The game starts off in an operator certification mode, which takes a couple hours to complete and acts as a tutorial of sorts, and then allows you to select different difficulty settings, which determine how complex the targets are from that point forward. One thing to note is that the gameplay experience is very chill. There's no time limit nor any build cost. You can build a design and take as much time as you want to ensure that each step does exactly what you want it to do, and then go back and retweak or redesign to your heart's content in order to come up with the perfect factory for each task. Now, the only limiting factor that you're going to run into at all is space, but you do have a lot to start with. You have a fixed platform, so you'll need to plan your factory accordingly. But at the end of the tutorial, you do gain the ability to expand the platform, so space becomes much less of an issue, which again leads to the game just being a very calm and relaxing and chill experience. This is further emphasized by the music in the game, which is a sort of trance techno that fits both the game and its role very well. It doesn't distract you from playing at all, but if you take the time to listen, it's very well crafted and it's gorgeous music. I'll post a link to the full soundtrack, which has been posted on YouTube below, so that'll be in the description as well. And again, the music fits the theme and aesthetic of the game seamlessly. Now, the graphics are pretty simple, but they're pretty well done. They create a nice, cohesive, harmonious experience. And the game on its highest setting is pretty beautiful. I'm really pleased with it. There are a few graphical tweaks that I would like to see, things like the ability to change the color of the machines instead of all being, construction orange, but that pretty minor feature requests in the grand scheme of things. Now, the game has just come out on early access. For that sake, I haven't actually found very much that justifies it being an early access game. I'm actually really impressed with how polished this game is, and I'd say it's far and away one of the most complete early access games I have seen, especially for an early access launch. Usually you see games like Satisfactory, which started out pretty rough around the edges when it first hit early access, and it wasn't until update 3 that it really became a solid, cohesive experience, and it really didn't become, and it's had several years of development in that phase in order to become what it is today. So this hitting the quality that it is right out of the gate is fantastic. Now, all told, I've played about 12 hours, and so far I haven't encountered a single bug. I've found a couple of typos and a few things that I think would make great features going forward. Overall, I'm very impressed with the game. It gives you all the information you need to build a nice factory and to progress through the game well, but it doesn't really shove anything down your throat. It lets you explore and discover things at your own pace, which is really nice. The game is also a nice length. I'm about 12 hours in, and I estimate that it'll take around 50 or 60 hours to complete all of the difficulty settings that are all of the components of the game that are currently available, which is plenty for me to justify the $25 price tag. And I actually have a hard time finding fault with the game. Again, there are several features that I'd like to see. My biggest complaints, though, are actually that the default key bindings, there's a couple of them that don't match other factory builders, which has led to me needing to think about some muscle memory stuff. But outside of that, I'm overall very, very impressed with the game. So if you like factory builders or automation games or logistics games, then I highly recommend you give this a try. If you don't want to, bite the bullet on the $25 game, there is a free demo of Shapez 1 available at shapez.io. Again, I'll post a link to that in the description. That will give you sort of the basic essence of the game. I will say that Shapez 2 dramatically improves on the formula, though. Like, they have the same sort of spirit of the game, but this is a very worthy successor, and again, in my opinion, is worth the money. But you can give that one a try if you are on the fence and want to see which side you fall on. Now, Shapez 2 is exactly what it says on the box. It doesn't really, at least so far, I haven't come across anything that's really surprised me or been something that I didn't expect, but that's not a bad thing. It is what it says it is, and it is fun to play. I have found it very addictive. It's derailed several projects that I've been working on, which is, for me, a great sign that the game is worth playing. Again, I think I will finish it, at least in its current state, relatively quickly compared to some of the other games that I play. But overall, I'm very pleased with this, and I recommend that you check it out. I hope you guys have found this review for Shapez 2 helpful. Leave a like if you have, and subscribe if you'd like to see more. My name is Takoba, and I hope you have an efficient day. I'll see you soon.